Here's the thing. I am in a creative rut. I am creatively blocked. I'm stuck. And I'm pretty sure you will recognize that because everybody has it now and then. Just doesn't happen that often to me. So I am a little bit confused by it, maybe. And I'm really trying to find my way to get unstuck. So I thought this might be a good opportunity to actually share with you, because getting stuck is part of the whole creative process. It's part of being an artist. And I know that. In my mind, I know that. But still, I am kind of panicking here. You know, there are blank pages staring at me, waiting to be filled with amazing art. And here I am, feeling like I can't even draw a straight line anymore, or at least draw a line that makes me happy anymore, let alone make amazing art. I just have all symptoms of the creative dip. I even have a hard time thinking about what to wear in the morning. I even messed up the most simple dinner the other night. I was like, how is this even possible? It's like I can't do things anymore. What's wrong? What's happening? You know? I don't want to be dramatic about it, but it's kind of soul-crushing maybe, because I feel like there's always something creative you can do, and you need creativity to also get out of a rut, I guess. But having the feeling that even when you're still making things, it's just, everything is just sort of, that is really horrible. I also think now that I realize that I'm stuck, it's getting worse. But I also know that once you're through that, it will get better. So that's kind of comforting, but it's not enough, because I just want to make drawings that I'm happy about. And I don't mean like I need every drawing to be perfect. It's not about the result. But I do want to feel happy when I'm drawing. I'm looking for that flow. That's basically it. I'm looking for the feeling of flow. So I don't even know where it started, when it started, why it started. It just happened. It could be because I have a new sketchbook, and the pages don't really take the ink that well. Or maybe it's because I lost 2 of my favorite fountain pens in 2 weeks. I don't know how that happened, because I always look back and see if I haven't forgotten anything. They might have fallen out of my bag or something, I don't know. And of course, you can always get new ones. And of course, you can draw with anything. You can draw with a stick and some ink. You can draw with on a piece of, on a napkin. So I know I'm whining when I look for excuses like that. Like, oh, but my favorite pink Lamy Safari, I lost it and now I feel so lost. I do actually. So what I did, I was like, okay, let's comfort myself. I can replace this. I'll just order a new one, And I did. So I just got this in, a new Lamy. And, it's a little bit disappointing because it is pink, but it isn't the right kind of pink. See, I am whining. So I don't know what's happening, because I should be really happy and I should fill this with ink and start drawing right away. So I need help. I need art therapy, I think. That's what I need. So there's things you can do, and that's the thing, I am still drawing every day. I will do it, it's a habit. It's my creative habit. It's an art habit. But when I look at the drawings that I make, I'm like, meh. It's not exciting, maybe. Sometimes when you feel the ink flowing out of your pen, or if you use watercolors or colored pencils or whatever, crayons, whatever you use, you really feel like, this feels good, you know? And I miss that feeling a little bit. Sometimes I feel a spark of it, so I think it is returning. I think you just need to go through this, and then the spark will come back. But I'm sure there's things you can do, you know? So, yeah, there could be many excuses. I could make many excuses of why I am in this creative dip, but it doesn't really matter why or when or how it happened. The thing is, I want to get unstuck and I need help. So what I found is that talking about it helps. It makes it worse as well, because it's there, you know. Once you discuss it and once you say, you know what, I am stuck, then it is really happening and you can't deny it anymore. But it really helps because other people will have insights for you that you don't see, especially when you are in a creative rut. You just don't see beyond that whole thing of like, I'm stuck. So I thought I could ask some help, some art therapy, and see how other people deal with this, and maybe I can learn from it, and maybe the process will go a little bit quicker, and soon hopefully I will be unstuck. So this is Pascal, this is my husband, and often when we make dinner, during the preparations, we just talk about all sorts of stuff, about work and about your music, about my art. And so I thought, since I need some art therapy, he's the first man to go to. As a musician, what do you do when you are in a creative dip or feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to do?
Right. Well, so I as you know, I play stringed instruments, banjo, guitar, mandolin. Now, if I ever get, or when I get into a situation where I don't know what to do, what to play, what to practice, I just get back to basics. I go back to doing the standard things that I learned when I started out. And that's basically practicing technique. So I just go back, slow down everything I do. I kind of pull it apart into its separate components and try to practice those components separately. I use my trusted metronome. So anybody who doesn't know what a metronome is, it does this. So it essentially keeps the pace where you're playing. Now what I do is I play on this pace. So if I need to play a melody, I go bum 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 with this pace. That gets me into almost a state of meditation, and it actually helps me develop a very, very clean rhythmical feeling. So I kind of move away from being creative altogether. So I try to just go back to basics. So does it help you forget? Because what happens to me is that I go inside my head and I keep thinking, I can't do this. Does the going back to basics, does that help you to stop those thoughts? Or? Yeah, because essentially it takes me away completely from trying to be creative at all. I'm just focusing totally on my base technique and the most basic technique. So I think one of the things you can do there in that case is just don't look at the type of instrument, or in your case the tool you're using. Don't think about the beautiful things you're going to draw. Think about, going back to your basics. How do you draw your basic shapes or shades or perspectives, and just keep it very basic and technical. Through that, you're trying not to be creative, and with that you don't get frustrated. And then by the time, usually after a while of doing this, it actually gets me back into, hey, I now feel very confident and relaxed to play anything I want to play. And then I get inspired by listening to other players, and then take this basic technique that I just brushed up on and try to kind of implement that. And it usually works really well. So I'm playing other people's music at that point in time, and that really sparks my creativity. From there I go on these little tangents and little adventures that I do in music. So that helps for me.
Mm-hmm. And how does it feel? Because you are so used to pick up a banjo or well any kind of instrument and just play. And then, just like me, I'm just really used to pick up a pen and I just draw and I don't really think about it.
Right.
But then suddenly, it doesn't work anymore. How does that feel? What do you think when that happens? I mean, of course, eventually you go to that, going back to basics. But at first, what happens in your head?
Yeah, so it's I've had it a couple of times for quite a while actually, and it kind of frustrates me terribly, especially when I'm playing with my band. So what I did actually, I explained to them that I had this, this creative problem, and that I needed us to go back to really rehearsing the songs that we do in a very structured way, without being, so to say, creative during the playing. So no nice ornaments, no little fiddly things, just doing the basic stuff that we do when we play the music. And that kind of gets me back on track. And I feel that basic techniques, getting those, very, very well practiced, they actually at some point really help me get back into creative mode, because they allow me to pick up an instrument, do anything I want, just to try anything. Usually it's pretty ugly, but after a while it turns into something nice. But because of the basic technique that I learned, it actually sounds pretty good. It sounds rhythmical, it sounds musical. So it gets me back into that mood of thinking, hey, what I'm doing is actually pretty cool. So, and then slowly I go into these new little adventures that I'm taking there.
So it helps to share it as well.
Sharing is very important to me, yeah. And because I think one of the fears that creep up on me is actually that I might not be able to play anymore, or I might let the band down, right? So no, it's very important to me that I talk with people about it and then go, hey guys, I feel like I'm just not playing well enough lately. Let's take it easy, maybe slow down a little bit, maybe do more metronome work, or do basics. Go back to these old songs that we used to do that we're really good at. Play those, do them 10 times, and then after a while you get into, okay, I feel comfortable again. With me, it has a lot to do with relaxation. So relaxing all my muscles make me play better, feel better, and from that very relaxed state of mind and muscle, I tend to kind of get back my creativeness. So yeah.
Thanks. That's helpful. I'll just go back to the drawing board.
I'll go back to this board and I'm gonna do that.